This video is sponsored by MSI and NVIDIA. When I think of Minecraft, a number of different words come to my head. Creative, adventure, survival, resource gathering, mining, caving, limitless possibilities. I mean, the list goes on. And it has to go on quite far before the word beautiful comes up. Now, I'm not necessarily saying this is a bad thing. I mean, Minecraft is a fantastic game without being especially visually stunning. But NVIDIA has come along and they've decided that they want to change that by introducing ray tracing into Minecraft. Now, what on earth is ray tracing? Well, it's a rendering technique that is available on certain supported GPUs. I'll put a link to some of them down in the description. I personally am using MSI ones. And it allows the computer to more accurately simulate how light interacts with virtual objects. So we're talking reflections, we're talking light rays, we're talking light bouncing around off of things and creating ambience. I mean, let me just show you. The sun is actually pretty close to setting right now, so this is perfect. If I activate DirectX ray tracing in the advanced video settings area, you can see that, yeah, things have changed. This is not the Minecraft that I was used to. Oh, look at that. I love seeing like the haze, the light beams. Oh, it looks so cool, and this castle looks fantastic as well. Oh my goodness! If you ever have a conversation with a cinematographer about lighting and what makes a pretty image, 99% of them will just say backlighting something. And I would agree. I mean, that is so gorgeous. The thing that I think I'm finding most impressive here is, first off, how smoothly it's playing, because I am not running into any performance issues whatsoever. This is running just fine. As you can see, there is no hitches in terms of the way that I'm looking around. I'm not getting any stutters or anything like that. But also, I'm impressed by how natural it feels. You see, this is not over the top. This still feels so Minecrafty. It's like the perfect balance of having that extra spice, that extra visual spice, but it still feels Minecrafty. It still feels rooted in reality. There's not crazy things going on. This is lovely. I mean, come on. Come on now. Just look at that, watching the light move. It's just too much for my little brain, okay? I'm looking at this, I can't help myself. I just keep putting myself into nice lighting situations and getting excited. Let's check out some of the other maps that NVIDIA have provided for everyone. And I'll put a bunch of information down in the description on how you can get Minecraft RTX if you have the supported graphics cards, and also where you can get these maps from too, because, I mean, they're frankly obscene. I mean, look at the sheer scale of this thing. It just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's some silly, talented people out there, aren't there? Is it bad that my favourite parts are probably the kelp? There's just something about the kelp that I really like. Oh, this gold walkway highlights very nicely what's special about ray tracing. Look at the reflections in the gold blocks. Can you see? It's reflecting what's above it. And it's moving as I move. There is some serious mathematics and computer work going on behind the scenes to make that function. This RTX map was very cool. Let's move on to the next one. There is a lot to like about this. I mean, first off, look at the reflections. That's still mind-bending to me, but also something that people have been asking for a very long time, which is colored light sources. Look at the colors spilling onto the environment around it. Man, that's pretty. Imagine how much you could do with that in builds. Well, imagine how much you can do with that in builds. We've got it. It's in the game now. Crikey. Just crikey is all I can say. These skylights are gorgeous. This wooden floor that is reflective is gorgeous. This kitchen I want actually in my house. It is gorgeous. Those trapdoors, the polished trapdoors that are reflecting everything. I know I'm boring everyone about talking about reflection so much, but I can see a plant pot in my trapdoor, and that's got me excited. It's genuinely got me excited. A horrific secret has just been revealed about Minecraft. You are an arm. You are an arm until you observe yourself, and then you become the rest of you. This room is hurting my brain somewhat, though. In the best possible way. Right, let's check out a few of the other maps. I can feel this iron block. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, I'm looking at it, and I can imagine my hand on it. I can imagine the coldness from it. It feels like an actual thing. I've never really experienced that with Minecraft before. This is a bit surreal for me. Alright, so we're in Blade Runner now. We're in Blade Runner. I mean, this is... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who built this? This is unreal. unreal. And I hate to harp on about performance, but I can't believe how well everything is holding together, how smooth the experience is. MSI, I'm pleased with the GPU. So, I think you get the picture. These maps that NVIDIA have provided are absolutely gorgeous, they're incredibly impressive, and the ray tracing definitely enhances them. But it has got me thinking, I wonder what it's like to actually construct things, go through the real Minecraft experience with ray tracing enabled. So let's build up some form of base. And I'm going to warn you, alright, before anyone gets too disappointed, just remember, we've just spent 6 minutes of this video looking at ridiculous builds that look like they've taken months, okay? So my little base probably isn't going to look quite as impressive. I'm just going to get that out there, right? Okay? But I still think we can do something cool. Now I would say that this spot right here, just over by the river, seems like a good place to start building. And I would also say that this RTX ray tracing kind of lends itself to some form of super modern house. So I'm going to try my best, really try my best, to do some contemporary building. Now I've said it before and I'll say it again, I am not a builder, okay, not at all. But I'm going to do, I think this RTX could actually be a cheat code, because even if I build something ugly, the RTX is going to make it look pretty. That's what I'm relying on here. I think for one of the first times ever, I'm actually going to incorporate water into this thing and see if I can make a feature of it. Oh, I mean, that already looks quite cool. That already looks pretty fancy. Okay. I'm okay. So up at the top here, I've created this little sky garden, which I personally think looks quite nice. But I was thinking, okay, this massive area of grey concrete, I needed to do something with it. And I've come up with a plan. You know, we've already got some water incorporated into this build. Why not see what happens if we just create a whole roof of water? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Here's the view from the top. It's not bad. There is the view from below, which is pretty cool. One thing that I was not expecting was the kind of mottled water texture that we're getting on this area that makes it absolutely mega. And the fact that you can kind of see the light being reflected through. That is special. Okay. Alright, I'm a big fan. I might even push it down the back, so it's like a full waterfall going off the edge. I was playing around with vegetation and things in this area down here, and I got a bit carried away, and it looks awful. I regret everything. But now that I've toned it back just a tiny bit, I've removed some of the seagrass. I think it looks a lot better. And also, I've added in a section out the back there, because it felt a little bit strange, you know, it felt like it was kind of defying physics a tiny bit originally. So I've added in this like structural element back here that I think I'm also just going to leave fairly open. I really like the idea of this kind of being like an urban jungle house where there's just plants everywhere. It's like overflowing with plants. It's all in the environment. I like that plan. I'm genuinely having so much fun right now just building and tweaking things about this design. It's been ages since I've just sat down and properly tried to work hard on a build. It's fun. I can understand why people enjoy this. I really wish there was some way that I could tone down the amount of smoke that is coming off of this campfire, because I like the idea of there being like a chilling zone in this area where we can have like a little fire pit. I just don't think that's quite going to do it. Maybe something like that? I mean, it kind of makes sense. I am seriously liking how this build is coming together though. I'm a big fan. We have done nothing on the inside yet though, and I have done absolutely zero redstone, which was totally my plan. I was planning on doing loads of redstone, but I got too into constructing this and I spent hours on it. If anything, it shows how good RTX is, because it got me, someone who doesn't care about building at all and generally finds it incredibly stressful, obsessed with building and not wanting to do redstone. I mean, me wanting to build instead of do redstone. It's bizarre. I think that might be the first time that's ever happened, to be quite frankly honest with you. Anyway, this is the amount of space that we have inside this build. As I say, it's mainly open plan, you know, it's mainly out in the elements. But I guess we could make this place work, and I guess we could probably do some form of redstone in here too. Huh. Okay, that does work how I thought it would. It is a little bit dark. And by a little bit dark, I mean very dark. A lot of light transmission apparently is lost through these. But I guess we could maybe do something with that. Right, let's see what happens here then. So I've got a big shifting floor thing. If I flick this lever, that does actually work. So we can change the mood of the room by pushing these blocks across. Okay, okay, that's interesting. That could be good fun. So we can have like a flick of the switch. We can have like a moody mode where everything's dark and red, and then we can have another mode which is bright and kind of like this. Now, in theory, this shouldn't be too difficult to create. So we've got the lever over there, which will power the pistons, and then when we turn this off, these observers should then fire, shifting the floor back across. So with the flick of a lever, it can go back and forth. With that being said, I am absolutely terrible at Bedrock Redstone, so this could be totally wrong. Right now, our lever is powered, so the whole room is nice and bright. But when we flick the lever, there it is. It gradually transforms into being an evil lair. I like the soft transition. So you can see it kind of fades into being red. That is sinister. I like this a lot. Okay, let's get this place decorated up. And by that, I mean just fill it with the essentials. We've got the storage system, we've got the enchanting setup with the anvil, the bed, the crafting bench, the ender chest, and we have fancy, moody lighting if we so please. I think this build might just be the definition of when you blow your entire budget on the outside of your house and you have no money left for furniture. Like on the outside of this thing, this is like a Beverly Hills mansion. It looks totally ridiculous. Then you get to here and it's like, yeah, you know, I sleep on the floor. I spent all my money on water features. But still, I'm chuffed to bits with this thing. It looks absolutely awesome, and RTX is absolutely awesome as well, and the MSI graphics card has absolutely eaten this up. Look, it's smooth as. Can you tell that I totally couldn't think of anything smooth then? I started that sentence and all smooth things just left my brain. It's smooth as a bowling ball. No, that's not good either. Look, okay, it plays smooth, alright? And you can find a link to the graphics card that I'm using down in the description, made by MSI, and also you can find information about the NVIDIA RTX Minecraft setup. I'll put all of that down in the description too. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. That was fun. That was fun. I must admit, I went in a tiny bit. I'm not going to say I wasn't quite convinced. I was like, yeah, it's probably just going to be like shaders. But no, it's shaders that run smoother, and also it's kind of less intense than shaders. It's like a more balanced shaders. I'm a fan. I'm upset that we don't have it in the Java version.